Ricky, that's great. But if you could be, say, 95% Sidney Poitier and 5% Bruce Willis. And you're like,
that's right.
Okay. He is an encyclopedia of TV and film, music, everything. And then Michael Green is obviously, you know, you listed his achievements. He's a phenomenal guy. And he literally texted me 2 days ago, just sending me a beautiful, beautiful message. It was just before I got on a flight, and I teared up like a little child. Because it was out of the blue, and I was just like, oh my God, he still knows me, he still knows.
And we were lucky that the way they laid the foundation for the show, like everybody was still there, like Chris Byrne, our co-exec, was still there. You know, Craig and Stephanie, who really got this novel with Neil Gaiman, were still there. So even as they went to do other things, everybody was kind of still in place. So we were laughing as a cast because we were reading all these news reports like, it's going down on the set of American Gods. I'm like, what are you talking about? We have 11 cast members and we have no standing sets. The show's on the road. It's heavily visual effects. We're writing and working, but everybody's here. There's no drama going on. And then we would read that we were really going through a lot. So
there's also a book. We're not lacking material.
That is true. We're not lacking material.
Neil Gaiman got this.
Sorry, is that good that you saw that? Yeah. She's holding the microphone all like that. I don't know what to do. Just when I look into your eyes.
Oh my God. I wanna kiss your love all over again.
Have we got any more questions from the side over there? Next question. Come on, quick, please.
In addition to Neil Gaiman's book, what other source material did you read, watch, or listen to get into your characters before you started?
So I would argue that though the book obviously is, the show is based on Neil Gaiman's book, the characters are, I think, an evolution beyond that, right? He didn't introduce Mr. Nancy in the book on a slave ship. Laura Moon is far more fully realized in the show, as is Bill Quist, as is Matt Sweeney. So while it's based on Neil Gaiman's incredible work, we're really following these characters. And because of that, their own mythology that Neil Gaiman was studying when he was making the book becomes really a part of the show in a lot of different ways. And obviously we're 2 weeks in. When you end season 1, only 2 weeks have taken place. Shadow Moon been lynched twice. You had a rough go going, really. I mean, you gotta figure, right? It all starts with, well, Shadow, we got good news and bad news. Good news is we're gonna let you out of prison a day early. Bad news is your wife is dead. And it sort of starts from there, right? And what Shadow is going through is so much of what you're experiencing because that's how you see the world. But for the gods themselves, we've all built our own mythologies. And our mythologies have parts of the book and then parts of the mythology of the actual character. So that gives us a lot of source material, right? So to give you an example for Nancy, if you look at the Ashanti people of Ghana, who are the people who created Anansi as a god, the Ashanti people of Ghana are a matriarchy. They don't believe men can own property or rule. So because of that, yeah, on behalf of men everywhere, I'm offended.
That was a little quick.
Yeah, she's like, yeah! So, but that's part of his mythology, right? So at the end of season 1, when he says, go get yourself a queen, he says that because that's part of who he is. That's part of how he sees the world as a character. That's not a part of the book, but it's a part of Anansi's mythology. So it becomes a part of the show and opens the show up to talk about these things that we take for granted in our society that he does not take for granted in his society and where he's from. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, Ricky?
Good question. What was the question?
What sources did you look at when you were trying to get into the Shadow Moon character, other mythologies, other works of fiction?
Did you go to prison? I mean, did you?
I did some time. Because I'm like, Daniel Day-Lewis and the shit out of this, and I wanted to make sure I was a method. So I needed to make sure I knew what it was like. So we actually had to hold the production while I did 3 years inside. That's what Matthew McConaughey